welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is definitely another brand new day and a brand new chance to learn. I'm Sir 𝐚𝐝𝐴, your English teacher, and I welcome you all to our first ever usage class. Before anything else, I would like to commend the 123 subscribers who have been supporting me every step of the way. Rest assured that I'll be making educational videos that will help you foster your English proficiency. Kaya naman, if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe and click na rin po ang notification bell for you to be updated on my next video. For today's video, we're going to talk about 10 common usage problems, just like this and this, which are very advantageous to all of us. So, without prolonging the agony of waiting, let's all start. Let's get started. Let's get started. Once again, good morning everyone. Welcome to our usage class. This is Learn English with Sir 𝐚𝐴. And before we're going to start with our session, I would like to personally thank Sir Ronald for helping me set up my presentation using the OBS Studio. So for today's video, I would like to use code switching para mas lalong maintindihan po ako ng ating mga viewers. And also for this video, we're going to talk about 10 pairs of words or 10 concepts about common usage problems. These words are definitely very beneficial for all of us because we have been using them in daily conversation or even in different written discourses. Without further ado, let's get started. So let's talk about now the 10 pairs of words or 10 concepts about the common usage problems. And let's start with the first pair of words. These are the words adopt and adopt. Based on the pronunciation, may pinagkaiba na po yung the word adopt and adopt. Talking about their similarity, both of them fall under the part of speech of verb. They are action words. However, when we talk about the word adopt, it means to change or to adjust. Furthermore, the word adopt is followed by a preposition to. So the formula is adopt plus preposition to. Now let us have these examples. The immigrants were finally able to adapt to the cold climate of the area. Now, as what you can see there from the first sentence, the word adopt is followed by the preposition to. Preposition to, and it means to adjust or to change. If we're going to understand the first sentence, the immigrants there were finally able to adjust from warm climate to a cold climate. So that would only mean that guarantees us that the word should be used is the word adopt, which means to change or to adjust. Let us have another example. Coming from a village, it took some time for the family to adapt to living in a large city. Just like in the previous example, the word adopt there is also followed by preposition to. So from that point, that guarantees us that the word that should be used is the word adopt, which means to change or to adjust. And at the same time, if we're going to understand the sentence, it means that the family there was able to adjust or to change living from a small city to a large city. There is adjustment. All right? You have to always remember that the word adopt, which has all of the A's, means to change or to adjust, and it is followed by preposition to. Now, when we talk about the word adopt, if you're thinking of a child or a deserted child or an orphan or a pet that is needed to be taken as one's own, then you are referring to the word adopt. So let's have this formula. You just have to write the word adopt plus a noun. Now that noun is the thing or the person that the subject owns. So it is the direct object of the verb adopt. Now let us have some examples. The first example, they adopt behavior that is more socially acceptable among their peers. So as what you can see there, the word adopt is followed by a noun, behavior. So that's the direct object of the word adopt. And at the same time, if you're going to understand the sentence, it gives us the idea that the word behavior is something that is taken as one's own by the subject. Who are they? Let us now proceed to the second pair of words, and these are the words amount and number. I know this is very easy to differentiate these two words. However, there are still a few people who find it confusing and at the same time difficult to differentiate these two words. Now, when we talk about the word amount, this is definitely used with an uncountable or a mass noun. So, meaning you're going to use amount kapag ang next word that comes after it is uncountable, hindi mabilang. For example, an amount of sugar. We cannot count sugar, we cannot count oil, we cannot count salt. In contrary to that, the word number is used when the noun that comes after it is a countable noun, can be counted or nabibilang. For example, a number of books. We can count books. We can even count bottles, bags, chairs, and a lot more. So the only thing that you need to remember about the word amount, it is used if the noun that comes after it is a mass noun, hindi mabinang, and then we use number if the noun that comes after it is a countable noun. Now let us have some examples here. Some teenagers spend a disproportionate amount of their time on playing mobile games. Now, as what you can see there, the word amount is followed by the word time, which is a mass noun, which is a non-count noun. That's also the same in the second sentence. The amount of water that is needed to fill up an entire Olympic-sized swimming pool is 2.5 million liters. Now, as what you can see there, the word amount is followed by a mass noun or a non-count noun, which is water. Now, let us have examples for the word number. We restrict the number of students per class to 15. The word number is followed by students, which are countable. The other sentence, the negligent vendor received a number of complaints from customers about his filthy packaging and awful services. The word number is also followed by a countable noun, which is complaints. So that would only mean that the word amount is used kapag hindi po nakakount yung ating noun. And then we use number if the word that comes after it is nakakount po. Alright, I hope alam niyo na po ang difference between the words amount and number. Now this time, let us proceed to the next pair of words. And these are the words all right and all right. Now first question, the same lang ba ang all right na one word at all right na two words? Or there should only be one word that is acceptable or the standard spelling of the word all right. Now let us all end that confusion. So the word all right as one word is a non-standard spelling of all right. So meaning, we shouldn't use that in any written discourse. Hindi po pwede nating isulat ang word na alright as one word in any formal composition. So that would only mean that the word alright as two words is the accepted and accurate phrase of alright. Alright? So let us have here examples. Are you getting along all right in your new job? So to correct that one, you just need to change that one word to two words with all and right. And then that's also the same with the second sentence. Jacob's father smiled weakly in a forlorn attempt to reassure him that everything was all right. So again, to correct that one, you just need to replace the word all right as one word to two words all right. So you have to always remember that we have to abide by the standard spelling of words, most especially if we are engaging into formal compositions, most especially to academic writing articles. So that's the rationalization of the word all right. It should always be in two words. Let us now proceed to the fourth common usage problem. And these are the phrase already and the word already. Now, first question, the same lang ba ang already and already? Or isa ba sa kanila ay standard spelling just like the previous pair of words? Well, to tell you honestly, these two words are both accepted and are standard spellings in English. Ang pinagkaiba lang po nila is their usage. So when we talk about already, this is actually a phrase or an expression, and there is the word ready and the adverb all, which means ready, prepared mentally and physically. For example, the students are all ready to listen to my discussion. So the word already there means that the students are prepared mentally and physically to listen to the discussion. Now that's also the same with number two sentence. The bricks are stacked up over there all ready to be used for the new wall. The bricks are ready, or they are quite ready to be used for the new wall. So from that point, we will be able to know, we already knew what's the purpose of already, which means to say that someone or something is ready, prepared. Now, when we talk about already, it is actually an adverb, which is a modifier of an action word, which means by or before the time or even now. For example, some industries, including airlines and tracking, have already started to deregulate. As what you can see there, the word already is a modifier of the verb have started, and it is located in between the helping verb have and the lexical verb or the principal verb started. And it means that it happened already. Most often than not, we use the word already to mean a past event. Let us have another example. You can't change what has already happened, so don't waste your time thinking about it. Now, the word already there is a modifier of the verb has happened, and it is located in between the helping verb has and the principal verb happen. So the word already becomes a modifier of the verb, and it doesn't have something to do about preparedness, just like the phrase already. So I hope that you already knew the difference between already and already. Let us now proceed to our fifth common usage problem, and these are the words a while and a while. To tell you honestly, these two words are the same, for they both refer to duration. When we talk about the word a while as a one word, it is an adverb which means for a while, and it usually comes after a verb. For example, Jamin worked a while as a call center agent in Davao City. So as what you can see there, the word that comes after the verb or the action word worked is the word a while. So pagkatapos ng action word, you should use the word a while as a one word. Now that's also the same in the second sentence. Tired of today's work, Nilda rested a while. Again, after the action word rested, you included the word a while, which is an adverb that means for a while. Let us proceed to the phrase a while. As what we can see, the phrase is composed of an article a plus the noun while. Unlike the previous word that comes after an action word, the phrase a while comes after a preposition. For example, Jamin worked for a while as a call center agent in Davao City. In the previous example, the word a while comes after an action word, while in the second sentence, the phrase a while comes after a preposition. So that's something that you need to remember. Once the word a while is preceded by a preposition, you have to consider the phrase a while. All right, number two. Tired of today's work, Nilda rested for a while. It was actually an excerpt from the previous example. I just added the preposition for to mean that the word a while should be in two words if there is a preceding preposition for. So that's the end of our rationalization about the word a while and the phrase a while. Let us now proceed to our sixth common usage problem, and that has something to do about the conjunction because. Now, are you fond of using because right after a linking verb when you use the phrase the reason why? For example, the reason why I was late is because I didn't wake up to my alarm. If yes, then you are probably making an ungrammatical sentence. Now, this is something that you need to remember. When you use the phrase the reason why, you have to make sure that after the linking verb should not be because. Because when we talk about the conjunction because, it means for the reason that. So if you're going to replace because with for the reason that, it actually has redundancy with the preceding phrase. For example, the reason why I was late is for the reason that. So definitely it doesn't sound good once you're going to replace that conjunction with for the reason that. Let's take this example. The reason why people give up so quickly is because they look at how far they still have to go instead of how far they have come. Now, you always have to remember that because shouldn't be used there because it's going to give you redundancy with the word the reason. So the only way to correct that is to replace that one with a relative pronoun that renames the preceding clause. So that would only mean that the sentence or the revised sentence becomes the reason why people give up so quickly is that they look at how far they still have to go instead of how far they have come. Now that's also the same in the second sentence. You just need to replace because with that because the word that should rename the preceding clause. So the reason why we have to grow trees is that they can supply fresh air for us. So you have to remember when you use the phrase the reason why, you have to always remember that the word that comes after the linking verb should be a relative pronoun that. All right? So, just like here, when you replace the word because with that, it actually makes sense now, and at the same time, it becomes grammatically correct. All right, now let's proceed to the seventh pair of words, and these are the words beside and besides. So do not get confused about these two because they do not have similarities, except that one can be used either as an adverb or a preposition. Now let's start with the word beside. The word beside is a preposition and it means at the side of or close to, katabi. For example, I am sitting beside another chair. So that would only mean that I am close to or beside another chair. So for example, James squatted down beside the footprints and examined them closely. So that would only mean there in the sentence that James did the action of squatting down close to or near to the footprints. Now, that's also the same with the second sentence, that the word beside is used to determine the location of the station, which is close or at the side of the dam. Alright? We use beside to tell the location of a person or an object or a noun in general. Now we use besides either as a preposition or an adverb. Well, once it is used as a preposition or an adverb, it refers to an additional information or it means apart from. For example, besides reading and writing, John loves sharing thoughts about life lesson. So we use besides here to mean that in addition to sharing thoughts about life lessons, John also loves reading and writing. In addition to sharing thoughts, John also loves reading and writing. So we use the preposition besides there. Let us have another example. Louis cannot get his credentials yet. Besides, he needs to submit all his projects first. Just like what I told you earlier, the word besides can either be a preposition or an adverb. Now, in the second sentence, the word besides functions as a conjunctive adverb because it connects two clauses. So as what we can see here, the word besides connects Louis cannot get his credentials yet and he needs to submit all his projects first. Now, once the word besides functions as a conjunctive adverb to connect clauses, it is synonymous to moreover. For example, here it gives additional information about the credentials that he's not going to be able to get. Now, you can also use the word besides at the end of the sentence and it also serves as an adverb. If it comes at the very end of the sentence, it is synonymous to as well. So let me give you another example for that. I am capable of writing and speaking besides. So instead of using as well, I can use besides, once it is found at the very end, it also means as well. All right. So those are only the differences when it comes to the preposition beside and the preposition slash conjunctive adverb besides. So let's go ahead and proceed to our eighth pair of words. And these are the words bring and take. Now, I know this is one of the easiest common usage problem, and I know some of you won't consider this as a problem. However, there are still a few individuals who interchange bring to take. They do not mean the same when it comes to proximity. They mean the same when it comes to carrying things. Now, let's differentiate these two. When we talk about bring, it means you carry something from a distant place to a near place. So, malayo to malapit. That's actually what we mean by bring. We'll be able to decipher when to use or how to use the word bring by this acronym BFN. Bring something far to near or bring something from far to near. Bring far near. For example, Sir Geo brings the computer here for his online classes. So that would only mean that Sergio brings the computer from a far place or area to somewhere near. Just like there, it's presented by these images. Now, in contrary to the word bring, we have the word take, and it's carrying something from a near place to a more distant place. Baliktad naman ngayon. What you are carrying once you use take is something from a near place to a far place. Malapit, papuntang malayo. So our acronym for that is TNF. Take, near, far. Take something from a near place to a far place. All right? TNF. Now let's have this example. Take these sheets to the faculty office. So I use take there because the demonstrative adjective these refer to sheets that are near to the speaker or near to me. Then we have there the preposition to or the prepositional phrase to the faculty office to mean that it's a more distant place far from the location of these sheets. So that's something that you need to remember about the difference between bring and take. You just need to bear into your minds our acronyms: BFN, bring far near, TNF, take near far. All right? Now let's proceed to the second to the last common usage problem, and this is can't help but. I know some of you or even most of you are fond of using can't help, which means to not be able to control something. Can't help to not be able to control something. And we definitely hear it most especially when we are um feeling the emotion of someone whom we are talking to. So let us have here the example for can't help but. We have here I can't help but feel slightly wistful about the perks I'm giving up. Now, as what you can see there, the word can't help or the verbal phrase can't help is preceded, can't help, not preceded by followed by conjunction but. Then what comes after the conjunction but is the base form of the verb, which is feel. However, class, that is actually ungrammatical. What makes it ungrammatical is that the verb can't help should be followed by the direct object simply because can't help is a transitive verb. It needs a direct object. And but isn't even a noun or a pronoun or any word that can serve as an object. Am I right? Am I making sense? So therefore, we need to choose or we need to add a verb that is directly receiving the transitive verb can't help. So to better correct that one, we need to transform the base form of the verb that comes after the conjunction but into a gerund. All right? When we talk about gerund, it's the ing form of the verb that functions as a noun. So specifically, it functions as a direct object. So you just need to consider this can't help plus the ing form of the verb. Can't help what? The one that answers the question what is our direct object. All right? So the revised sentence goes like this. I can't help feeling slightly wistful about the perks I'm giving up. Now, it's also the same with the verb used to. I know you're fond of using used to, but you have to make sure that what comes after the verbal phrase or the phrasal verb used to should be a gerund. So I am used to eating. I am used to singing so loudly. I am used to writing articles about Filipinos' lives. So you have to remember used to plus the ing form of the verb. That's also the same with the phrasal verb can't help. All right? Let us have another example. Children can't help fidget about if they're made to sit still for too long. Just like what I told you earlier, you have to make sure that the word that comes after the verb can't help should be in the gerund form. So therefore, you have to make the base form of the verb into its ing form. So that becomes can't help fidgeting. Children can't help fidgeting about if they're made to sit still for too long. You have to always remember, class, that if the verb is a transitive verb, it should be followed by its direct object. Let us now proceed to the last, but definitely not the least pair of words. These are the prepositions in behalf of and on behalf of. Now, I have heard a lot of people, most especially speakers, who interchange in behalf of to on behalf of. However, to tell you honestly, if you know the meaning of in behalf of and on behalf of, there's no reason for you to interchange them. Now, let's have first the preposition in behalf of. It means for the benefit of, for the advantage of, or for the interest of. Now, if you are thinking of a sponsor who initiates a medical checkup for the less fortunate, then you may use the word in behalf of instead of on behalf of. For example, a sponsor initiates a medical checkup in behalf of the less fortunate. So yung program na yon, yung checkup na yon is for the benefit or for the advantage of the less fortunate. Now, let me give you another example. Heart Evangelista gave away 500 tablets in behalf of the students who cannot afford to purchase one for the impending online classes. So as what you can see there, the word in behalf of is used because it's very clear that the tablets are for the benefit or for the advantage of the students who cannot afford to purchase one. And that's the main reason why we use in behalf of, for the benefit, para kanino. Alright? So if you naman are given the chance or the immense opportunity to speak before someone who's absent, then you use on behalf of. So that would only mean that the word on behalf of or the preposition on behalf of means as the agent of or as a representative of, most especially someone who's not present. Now, it also means as representing someone or something. Now, for example, busy of today's work, Anthony's father couldn't go to school, so his mother signed the documents on behalf of his father. So, on behalf or as a representative of his father who's not present, the mother takes the responsibility of signing the document. Now, it's also the same once a president cannot make it to the meeting, so he asks his secretary to speak on behalf of him. So since he's not going to be able to be around, then the secretary will take the opportunity or the responsibility to speak on behalf of the president. So once you're going to assign somebody to speak as a representative of you who won't be able to attend a seminar or attend an event, then definitely you have to use the word on behalf because it means as a representative of. Alright? So I hope it's very clear now about the difference of in behalf of for the benefit of and on behalf of, which means as a representative of. Alright? So that's the end of our lesson of the common usage problems. I hope you're able to decipher it and you will remember all of the 10 pairs of words that we have discussed for this session. And that's it for today, everyone. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you learned lots of things about the common usage problems. So on my next video, we're going to talk about another 10 common usage problems. So if you've learned lots of things from this video, please don't forget to like, share, and click the notification bell for you to be updated on my next video. Once again, I'm Sir John J.O. El Sagudo saying every day is a brand new day to learn. Goodbye, everyone. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Bye. Keep safe. Spread love. Not hey.